I've always said that a championship leader is to be someone that you would want to be led by. And that's really been the reason for this podcast is to talk to championship leaders all over the world from all kinds of different backgrounds, experiences, industries, niches, professions. And so through these past 4 years of building out this podcast, I've had a number of companies that have reached out that want exposure for their product. And one recently that I've really grabbed a hold of is a company called Magic Mind. And if you're watching this here on YouTube, you can see this is the bottle, and this is their page here. It's the world's first productivity drink. And when they first reached out and asked me to give this a try and to test it for myself individually before being willing to come and to speak to our audience here on the podcast as a recommendation, to first try it for myself. And so a little skeptical, definitely going in. Oftentimes I'll take different supplements and with a promise of a certain result, and have never really had the same experience. Right. So I've been trying this taking this for the last 7 days. A good friend of mine, Vinny Berry, has also been taking this for the past 7 days. And we've both had some incredible results and experience with it. What I really have liked about this and what I've noticed, and it takes some time, right, to build up. You don't take it the first day and get some instant results, although you do feel the effects on the first day. But really 4, 5, 6 days in, notice that, I've been much calmer. My energy has been high. Typically, as a business owner, an entrepreneur, just like you listening, we have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of stresses, a lot of pressure for ourselves to build a company, to continue to grow revenue, to take care of those that work for us. And a lot of times we'll do that. One way to stay alert and to keep our energy and focus up is to continue to drink coffee, to hit that favorite energy drink in the middle of the day, just as I had. And I still love my coffee. The great thing about this is you can continue to use your coffee, drink your coffee, and use this in conjunction with that. And so I'll have a cup of coffee in the morning, and then I take one of these. I just drink it straight. It tastes really good. It's got a nice open bottle. It's lightweight. It's plastic. It's recyclable. I travel a lot. I'm going to run 100 miles here soon in the next week. And I plan on bringing these out on the course with me. To keep me alert, to continue to give me that energy without the hit, right? The coffee and the energy drinks give you the jitters and there's the constant crash, which means I go for the other cup or I go for the energy drink. And with this, one of the ingredients, key ingredients, there's many of them, but matcha, it's what gives you the energy. As you could see on the screen here, talks about the different ingredients inside of here, the nootropics, the adaptogens, honey, matcha, you name it. But I love it. I've subscribed myself and going to continue to take this on a daily basis. I felt more calm, more clear, more focused, and way more productive taking Magic Mind. And so I have a code for you to try this out yourself. You can subscribe and save up to 40% with my code CHAMP20. If you go to magicmind.co/championship, again, magicmind.co/championship, and then you go to order. If you subscribe, you'll save 40%, save 20% if you just want to do a one-time trial basis to see what the effects are for you. You could go ahead and just do that and get the 20% discount with CHAMP20. So again, the code is CHAMP20. We'll put all this in the show notes for you. But I highly recommend giving it a try. I've loved it. The experience has been great for me, and I'm going to continue to use it moving forward. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Championship Leadership Podcast today. And we got a little bit of a special episode for you. We're coming at you solo today. No guest today. We've, in the very beginning, did a few solo episodes, And today we're going to bring that back. I just had something, I guess we would say, that's been on my mind for a bit, and wanted to share it. And we want to get an episode to you on a weekly basis, and had a few guests that weren't able to make it at the scheduled time. So we're going to adjust, adapt, but the topic for today that I want to talk to you about is one of congruence. And I do a talk. I do some keynote speeches to events, organizations, associations. I do some corporate training to different companies. I'm about to head out to Sacramento, California for a good client and friend of mine, Aaron Provençal, and he's got a restoration company out there, and we're going to do a leadership training out there. And I say all of that to say that a lot of times in my talk, I talk about what I call the 7 keys to championship leadership. One of them happens to be congruence. And then recently, I've been following a gentleman by the name of Wes Watson. And if you haven't heard of him, I would check him out. Just like anyone, he's not for everybody, right? I'm not for everybody. No one is for everyone, and nor should anyone be for everyone, right? But Wes Watson spent 10 years incarcerated in the California state prison system. And now he's out. He's changed his life. He created a system, a daily routine, habits in prison that he's carried with him outside of the penitentiary. And he's got thousands and thousands of clients across the world that he works with in fitness, with Watson Fitness, but also, mindset in winning their day, like completely shifting their life. And he talks a lot about what is called conscience congruence. So again, I've been talking about congruence. He calls it conscience congruence. So I just want to give him the credit where credit is due. That's kind of brought this topic back to mind for me. If you're watching this, Wes Watson's got a book out called Non-Negotiable. So check that out as well. 10 years incarcerated, creating the unbreakable mindset. But I wanted to chat a little bit. So championship leadership, one of the key characteristics being congruence and conscience congruence. Congruence, what does that mean? What does it look like? You ever had a leader or a coach or someone you report to that has said that they have an open door policy, and it's really actually the opposite? It's a closed door most of the time, right? You ever showed up, again, whether it's in athletics or the business world, and you're kind of wondering, I wonder which personality we're going to get today from our leader, from our coach, right? You don't know who's going to show up. One day they could be great and easy to talk to, and the next day you could walk by them the wrong way. You could look at them the wrong way, what they perceive to be the wrong way, and they snap. So you just, almost like the split personality. You don't know who you're going to get from day to day. That's not being in congruence. You ever seen somebody that acts one way in one area of life and completely different in another? Another example of being out of congruence. And when we're talking about championship leadership, the championship leaders, you know who you're going to get when times are good, and you know exactly who you're going to get when things are kind of falling off the rails, like life happens to do a lot to us from time to time, right? Where, we can almost expect that things are not going to go as planned 99% of the time. And championship leaders will show up powerfully in those moments. You will know exactly who you're going to get from your leader and how they're going to respond in those moments, which gives you the peace to know that, all right, hey, we're going to be okay. Our leader's handling this powerfully. He's got us. If we just fall in line, do our jobs, we're going to be all right. And so when Wes Watson started talking about conscious congruence, it's a little bit of a different conversation. Conscience congruence for him is, whether you're a Christian, or whether you believe in a higher power, whether you believe in the universe, whatever it is for you, That's kind of how he looks at his conscience. And when we are out of alignment with ourselves, we know it, and it impacts who we are and how we show up and who we are being on a daily basis. And so if you're living a life where, man, you've been struggling, whether it's to lose the weight, to get fit, to get shredded, right, to get the six-pack abs, or to start the business, or to get to a different place financially so that you're not struggling anymore, so that you can quit living month to month, paycheck to paycheck, whatever it might be. Maybe it's relationally with your spouse. Inside of your head, you know that you want to be this person and you want to become this person that will give you a certain result, but there's certain daily habits, rituals, routines that you have, vices that are getting in the way, that are in direct conflict with your conscience. And when you have this direct conflict, you're out of congruence. You're not in conscience congruence. So again, we all know the path that we should be on. We all know the things that we should be doing. We all know the food that we should eat, or that the steps that we should get on a daily basis, or that we should be getting into the gym, or certain tasks that we should be doing on a day-to-day basis if we really truly want to get the result that we said that we wanted to have. But for whatever reason, we can't get ourselves to do it, right? Wes Watson talks about getting up at 2:45 a.m. every single day. It's a habit that was instilled in him in prison. They had a roll call at 3:30 a.m. And so in order to be prepared for that roll call, he would get up at 2:45. He would do his morning routine. He would read, he would meditate, he would, get his supplements in, or his food, or whatever it might be, prior to the roll call. And then from the roll call, he would pop right into his daily program of getting his workout in, and whatever else it is that he did. But in order to do that, in order to be prepared, in order to stack a bunch of wins early, so that he would have the momentum to continue to win and live the life that he wanted, even in prison, he would get up at 2:45. He's carried that over to what he does today. In the beginning, it's not easy. I guarantee you it wasn't easy for him in the beginning. But the more we do this, the more that we fall into alignment with ourselves and our conscience, the more easily it is to be congruent. And so a question for me to you today would be, are you congruent? Are you congruent with your conscience? You already know what it is that you want, where you want to go, the life that you want to live, the lifestyle that you would like, the relationships that you would like to have, whether you're married or not married, whether you have kids or don't have kids. Like, your conscience knows, and it knows what you need to be doing. And then there's the other flip side of that coin, that is knowing the things that you are doing that are not lining up with that. So it's as easy as saying, just align your actions with your conscience and you'll be in congruence inside of your life. Because in order to lead others, we first must lead ourselves. And it's often a step that many of us try to skip, right? I've been there. I can raise my hand. I've been out of conscience congruence from time to time. I've been out of conscience congruence in a few small areas in my life, even recently, right? And so this idea, coming across Wes's message, that's why it's so important to be open and to continue to learn from others, because we never truly fully arrive. And I think one of the great characteristics also of championship leaders, to be open. And so are you open, and then are you congruent with the path that deep down inside your conscience tells you that you want to be? Too many people go through life and they're like, I don't know what I want. Too many people don't stop and take the time to get clear on what they want. But the reality is that deep down inside, we really do know what we want. But because our actions aren't aligning with that, we try to fool ourselves and tell ourselves that we really don't want that. Another example, really, again, and I'm kind of going back to Wes Watson. Hopefully we'll have him on the show here soon. He talks about, because he works with a ton of clients and he helps them to drop a lot of weight, to establish those daily routines and to get up early on a daily basis, stack the wins. And a lot of people will say that they don't want to be shredded. They don't want six-pack abs. But the reality is deep down inside, if you really ask yourself, of course you do. Of course I do. I've always wanted it, but I've always told myself that it's really not that important because I haven't really known what to do. And my actions haven't always aligned with that. So I'm on that path right now. A big part of that path is to allow yourself to be worthy and to, tell yourself that it's okay, that you can go do that, that it's okay to say that you want that, and then to go to make it happen. So that's what I got for you today. I hope part of this message resonates with you. And I would just encourage you to take action, to go out, take action, get it in congruence with your conscience, and see how fast your life changes. Not going to change overnight. If you've been living some unhealthy life, unhealthy habits, some unhealthy actions, if it comes to like physicality and you want to drop the weight, you want to get shredded, you want to get the six-pack abs, for an easy example, it's not going to happen overnight. Are you committed? Are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to put in the time over a long period of duration in succession to get there? And if you are, it will happen, and anything is possible. So I'll leave with that. I appreciate you guys. Hope you listen. Hope you share this. If it resonates with you, share it with somebody else that it could benefit. And if you would, give us a 5-star review on Apple, iTunes. Give us a 5-star review and written rating, if you would, if you've enjoyed the show. Have a great day.